Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back up here to Murray Field, up at Norwood High School, as NCM once again proud to be bringing live coverage of Norwood sports. And this morning we've got a double dip again, as Dover Sherborn is in town to take on the Mustangs. Mark Hoover for NCM, along again with my partner Eric Bodenhofer, and we're ready to start the JV action off first. And we are underway here, Eric. You know, it was funny. We got up this morning, pouring down rain, and just before we headed up here, the sun came out, so we got a beautiful day for soccer today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the cross-country kids are a little jealous that the soccer, it was more like a swim meet today at Coakley Middle School than a cross-country meet. But yeah, beautiful weather right now.
Yeah, the wind has died down, and the temperatures are starting to perk up a little bit. I know we got Mike O'Donnell upstairs on top of us here in the press box, and hopefully he'll be able to stay warm enough to bring both games for us. As we are just underway here in the first quarter between the Raiders of Dover Sherborn and the Mustangs of Norwood.
And the Mustangs showing an early threat there with Tim Lee on the ball. Cross back to Rafael de Silva, I believe that is. Dispossessed.
Nice turn there, and Silva will bring it back in. Worked up there by number 25 for...
I think that's Connor Long.
Right, thank you. Yeah, see, we just got the numbers from the Dover Sherborn coach. We have the rosters, but not the numbers that she assigned on the bus ride over today. So we're going to be putting numbers with names, and parents, if you're out there watching from Dover Sherborn, we'll try to get all of the numbers to you so you can see which one is your son.
So Norwood just won a kick in from deep in the Dover end. Sprinting up from his position in the back there is Kong Win, who's going to take it in, and I think he's looking right at Pawan Tamang there on the Norwood team.
Nice little back and forth there. Nice little quick little touches stepped in nicely by the Dover Sherborn defender there, number 7, Jonathan Windle.
Patrick Kelly dumping it back into the box for Norwood.
He's one of those that hopefully, now that they've been able to get at least a couple games under their belts, and you start to get used to again the new changes, so that as the season progresses, you get used to exactly what's been implemented here in terms of the throw-ins, kick-ins, and you can kind of even see the change just over one weekend's time.
Yeah, that's right. And I think even for us, getting a little more used to it. I mean, I even actually spent a little time this yesterday. I figured I maybe actually should look at the new rules. And I have to say, in reading them, my first reaction was, I don't know how you can play soccer under these rules, but the boys are figuring it out. Yep. So,
Patrick Kelly there, number 8. We called his name a number of times last weekend in the Mustangs win, and we'll see if that's got to be offsides there. It's a nice idea, trying to spring him, but I think he was the Dover Sherborn there. Forward was just slightly offsides again as the defense had moved up. But it was a good look there by the DS midfielder.
Yeah, so once again to see whether this ball needs to stay on the ground. I even despite reading the new rules, it wasn't entirely clear to me at what point in time you were actually able to lift the ball. But
apparently at least on Kelly's second kick there, he was able to put it up in the air.
Some pressure there from Cam LaPiccolo, Rafael de Silva, and Pawan on ball back to Dover now. Good hustle there. A nice clearance by the keeper. So had he actually kicked that, had he restarted that ball, it wouldn't have been able to go over midfield, but apparently that was allowed.
That's exactly what, you're right. I was waiting for the whistle to be blown because it went over midfield in the air from the keeper, but I guess if it's in play, it's good to go. You could see there that De Silva was looking to get that ball to the far side. Knocked down nicely there by the Dover Sherborn defense.
Snuffed out nicely there by Cam LaPiccolo, but then turned right back over. I thought about bringing binoculars, and I maybe should have, because I can't read these.
Right, yeah.
From the back, it's okay. From the front, never.
Right, exactly. So we'll try to get, again, some of these out there. Tom Casey, number 31 for Dover Sherborn.
Number 3 there. The ball for John Bingham.
That's a nice little throw ball through there, yep.
Good battle there from Norwood's 21, Giacomo Serratore, who did a nice job of snuffing that out.
So we are just underway, as mentioned, here in the first quarter. Once again, New rules this year, everyone's playing quarters instead of halves. Just about 12 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still early on, no score.
And once again, that Connor Long there for Dover Sherborn looking for the quick restart with the kick, but apparently you have to wait for the nod from the ref.
Right. And which is when we talked about this last week, which is kind of a shame. Yeah, you want everyone. Obviously, the defenders now have to take that step back, but oftentimes in a throw-in, if you can catch your opponent flat-footed, get that ball back in play real quick, things can develop before someone has a chance to get set. Ball back there.
There's John Bingham again, I think, number 3. Oh, good through ball, shot on net, handled easily there. I think is that Zach Green playing keeper for us again?
Probably, yep. So he's tested early on. He's able to strong to the task, but Dover Sherborn again, kind of some nice early ball movement by this squad, made up mostly of freshmen. Dover Sherborn fields 2 JV squads. This is their JV 2 team, which is sophomores and freshmen, mostly freshmen on this squad. Eric, you were commenting too before we got on that Norwood also, and again, boding well for the future of the program, has a number of freshmen here playing JV soccer. So
yeah, I think we counted 9 on the JV team, and I think there are only 4 juniors. So, mostly freshmen and sophomores, and a handful of juniors. So yeah, definitely talent in the pipeline, which is good. So Norwood has won the kick in on the Dover Sherborn side of the field. Once again, Congoin coming up to take it. Let's see if
I was going to say, he's kind of like looking back to Kelly all the way back, but again, just playing that short little game in front and tries to squeeze that ball in.
Made it through. Tim Lee, unfortunately, not quite able to settle it. Kamala Piccolo, nice little move there to keep possession. Well defended there by Connor Long from Dover Sherborn.
Yeah, see, once again, I think he, Piccolo was looking to get that ball in quickly, and the ref is making sure that they at least have. It doesn't look like he can step in front of that initial pass, and then once it seems to touch your own teammate, then you're allowed to hop on it. But
yeah, and it seems I think the defenders have to give that 10-yard cushion, so that you're at least going to get that first pass in. But what you do with it after that. Well,
not a bad idea as it rolled the ball outside there to Connor Long, number 25.
Oh, but they gave the kick. Okay, yep. So Connor Long and I think it's Sam Dos Santos going to play that little quick touch game right there. Oh, nice step
good
there.
First step by Issa. Gets that ball outside. And your keeper today for Dover Sherborn is just sophomore Alex Banerjee. Able to kind of rope that one up easy enough, but that was kind of a nice little look there. Not much on the ball, but still, as we always mention, there's no such thing really as a bad shot on net. Get the ball into the box.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Norwood's done a good job of keeping the pressure on. Dover Sherborn looking to spring it. Oh, and they managed to get through there. Foot race now. I think that's probably Giacomo again.
Kind of same thing. Boy, both those young men right there. Were really kind of stride for stride all the way in. Picked up here. I've been noticing this number 31, Tom Casey, just a freshman, but he's been playing some strong, not only defense, but I've seen him step up a number of times here for DS to get into the play and try to make stuff happen. You kind of like when the defense becomes an integral part of your offense, that so that everyone's working together.
Yeah, it certainly helps. You get numbers in the box on the other end of the field.
Dover Sherborn kicks that one for the goal kick. Approaching 8 minutes left here in the first quarter. Once again, no score. Norwood in their home blue, and I guess we were mentioning early on, apparently Dover Sherborn showed up in their blue as well, and had to make the quick uniform change to bring their whites. Otherwise, that might have been a little confusing for anybody.
Yeah.
Stepped in there nicely. Just a shame. He was trying to knock that one down. I think that was Brendan Santana, and he stepped to do it real quick, and then it kind of went off of his leg and out of control in front of him. Too much on the ball.
But still, nice to see bringing pressure and and even if it's an easy save or easily handled by the keeper, never a bad idea to make the keeper work. So Brendan Santana doing a great job of staying with that one. right off to Cam LaPiccolo.
That's too bad. You can see actually just earlier in that sequence between Issa and Brandon, the two of them was a quick little give and go there. And again, just smart developmental soccer you're starting to see amongst these guys again as the season progresses and as practices progress here in this shortened season.
Yeah, I think it always takes a little while just to get that. I mean, a lot of these boys have played together on youth teams before, but maybe not necessarily in this formation or with this grouping, and so, an opportunity to learn one another's tendencies and start to build some of that chemistry. And it takes a little while, but I think we saw good soccer from this JV team last weekend. What we're seeing so far today has been very good. So I'm sure by the end of the season they'll be playing some really excellent team soccer.
That's a nice step there. Yep.
Tracked well by, I think, once again, Giacomo Serratore there, playing some really strong defense today.
Yeah, and he's been matched up with that number 7, Jonathan Windle, who has been sprung a couple times on some nice balls through, but able to get back, matching stride for stride on the way back. But this Windle looks like he's got some wheels up top, and then they've been trying to set him free.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before one of them does sneak through and he gets to actually put a shot on net. So, but Dover Sherborn's doing a nice job, I think, of both that, trying that long ball over the top of the Norwood defense or through, but also being a little more patient in the middle and a little more of the short passing to move it along.
Yeah, playing there in the middle for Dover Sherborn too, as I watch and kind of keep an eye on that number 22, Sam Dos Santos, who has kind of been orchestrating some of those through balls. Again, trying to look to set up Windle and the other guys up top, and he's patrolling pretty strong towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, just by hair alone, you can tell he's a good soccer player.
He's got the look already.
He does. He's got the nice European football flow.
He's got the flow, exactly right. So we're approaching 5 minutes here in the first quarter. If you can get the ball through there, again, smart play.
Challenge that keeper, make him play it. Handled nicely by Alex there. Put it out of danger.
Yeah.
But
I think Casey would have liked to put that ball back if he was going to go back to the keeper, which is probably the right call there as Norwood was breaking through. You got to put a little bit more mustard on it. Obviously, you don't want to be taking a shot necessarily, but you need to get it back to your keeper. But it was the smart play on Casey's part.
Yeah, and I think Rafael da Silva actually expected maybe a little more on that from Casey, and he actually he halted his run briefly, and I think if he'd kept going at pace, he probably really could have made that even a trickier play for the DS keeper. So I think I'm going to go with DS from now on because I've been having trouble getting Dover Sherborn out
it's quicker.
Quickly, yeah.
So Norwood gets the kick here. Kelly works back, trying to get his foot.
Challenged there by, is it 26? Ishan Doria. Who's going to put a ball over the top, see if Tim Lee can run onto that. And he does.
Oh, he does nicely.
Oh.
Hey, and he's able to put that through. Oh, fantastic. You can see the way Timon kind of turned. Yeah, to set that play up, he let the ball roll past him, and then he picked it up in stride and is able to flick the ball into the box, and then Tim just basically kind of ran up underneath it, and as Alex came out to kind of make the play, he just beat him to the ball. So the Mustangs strike first here, just over 3 minutes left, and they take a 1-0 lead.
From a nice play built out, from the midfield in. So well done by Norwood there. But I think as we discussed last weekend, the best time to get a goal back is right after the other team scores.
Exactly.
You got to be careful. You don't relax. You don't get too excited. And there's a nice through ball.
That's a terrific ball.
Another opportunity for
number 7 is working himself in.
And
just took it wide. That was a terrific setup there. Again, we've been talking about Jonathan Windle. And maybe it's one of those he just had so much space and so much open in front of him that sometimes that can probably get a little nerve-wracking for a shooter when you've got so much open space, so much open time, and just sent that one wide. So Norwood was able to dodge one there, Eric, and like you said, that's exactly what DS was looking for. And and they just came up short. So
yeah, and I think again credit to Giacomo Serratore, who I think he hustled back, and so Jonathan Windle probably heard those footsteps, and then Zacharine did a nice job of coming off his line and I think cutting down the angle a little bit so that Jonathan felt like he had to go a little wide with that, and just went a little wider than he would like. So, but yeah, nice for Norwood to be able to weather that. But again, a good sign for Dover Sherborn that they were able to put that ball through and get that shot on net.
Yep, and just missed there is number 29 Antonio Sanez tried to make the turn on the ball and then get it towards the middle and wasn't able to do so. So we're winding down here action in the first quarter. Mustangs have struck early on Tim Lee's goal.
Good job there by John Bingham to snuff out that. I think Raphael and Tim were starting to build up on the edge there, and John Bingham was able to just knock it out for the kick in while Norwood retains possession. At least DS gets a chance to reset their defense.
Yeah,
so.
And we talked about that. I mean, it is part and parcel to the game. If you feel momentum, working against you, simply knocking that ball out of bounds gives you a chance defensively to kind of reset, get yourself kind of gather your thoughts or what have you, to kind of at least slow down any sort of momentum.
Yeah, definitely sort of just give yourself a chance to sort of reset.
Yep.
So, right, nice.
It's a nice little look there through again. Windle there, number 7, looking to set up the partner on the outside.
And it was that Connor Long he was looking for, 25 there, or is that 9?
Could have been Antonio 29.
Oh, 29.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yep.
Yeah, those two guys have worked well together again, kind of on that outside, and with Windle working in the middle of the field up top.
Just a little ping pong action here in the middle of the field right
yeah.
now. No one's really been able to settle down and take possession.
So we are under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Mustangs will get the ball just over midfield for this kick-in.
A surprisingly large amount of this game has been played on this side of the field.
It's been terrific.
Yeah, it's been a lot easier for us to really see who's doing what.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. We'll have to thank the coaches for drawing up a plan that says, whatever you do, play over by the press box so that the old guys up top can actually see who you are. And it looks like that is going to do it there for the first quarter of play. Yep, there's signal there for the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter on Tim Lee's goal, the Mustangs are on top of the DS Raiders 1-0. We'll be back for second quarter action.
Hey Norwood, Aubrey here, and excited to announce the launch of the Impaction podcast, inspiring meaningful prevention through action. I know that substance use prevention sounds kind of boring, but I actually find it really exciting. It gives me a chance to engage with the community to create a healthy environment for youth and adults alike. In this podcast, we'll be talking about things such as mental health promotion, anxiety reduction, and how to keep youth safe as they grow in our community. If you have any specific topics you would like Impact Norwood to cover in this podcast, please feel free to email Aubrey Ciol, ACIOL, at norwoodma.gov, or visit the Impact Norwood website. There's a space there to submit questions or requests for podcast topics. We look forward to hearing from you.
And back here to begin second quarter action from the high school here in Norwood. Your Mustangs took the 1-0 lead in the first quarter, and we've switched sides, and the Mustangs now be going right to left. Possession to start.
And almost immediately, of course, shift play to the side of the field furthest from us
That's
to
right.
just make me regret having pointed out the other part
Exactly.
earlier.
It's like you jinxed us.
I did. Campbell Piccolo with the ball through there again to Tim Lee. Pressuring in the Dover Sherborn.
Terrific job there. Just did not give up on that ball.
Not at all. And I saw what he's doing. Looking back for Jordan, but he couldn't quite keep the ball in bounds. But
it looked like the DS defender there just didn't get the initial play on the ball that he was hoping for, and Tim just was not to be denied and continued to stick with the ball, which was, again, a smart play on his part. And it gets a little dangerous here for DS, as you've got to put that ball in play deep in your own area, and you can see right there, Mustang's able to regain possession.
Yeah, well done there by Jordan Santana to just step right into that pass and keep possession and make a good first pass to his Norwood teammate. There's Pawan battling out on the wing.
A couple of times here, nice job of at least just trying to, looking back. If there's nothing up front, using your defenders as a particular option.
There's a shot from Issa Gadbouni, who makes the keeper work. Handled easily there by Alex, but
yeah, a great idea. You maybe not expecting a shot from outside the box, but not afraid to put his foot on it, and you never know what you might be able to catch there, top corner, something along those lines.
Yep, and Issa was one of the goal scorers for Norwood last week when he called the game here, so has the ability to put the ball in the back of the net. Nice step there by Patrick Kelly to keep that ball from getting over the top of the defense.
That was the ball. Yeah, that ball was settled nicely
I do
there
believe that Dover
defensively.
Sherborn player was offsides. Interesting. I saw the ref put his arm up.
That's another nice little ball there too.
Yeah. So it's Micah Papadopoulos battling it and just tracking the ball back out to get the Norwood kick in.
Yeah, but kind of like, and again, I guess it's nice that you've got possession, but when you're deep in your own zone here, just kind of like what happened to Dover Sherborn when they had it in their zone, we were able to take possession. But
yeah, and interesting there, that ball came off the ground, and I think in last week's games, anything off the ground got blown back for a...
Trying to get the offsides there. Oh, strong save. Yeah. Strong save. Great shot there by Yara Elman there, number 11 for Dover. And we weren't quite sure. Yeah, they tried to throw the arm off, but much as squeaked through and point blank. And
handled well there
Zach.
By Zach Loreen, yes.
Great job there. So 2 good chances. You were talking, you go down a goal and maybe setting tone early on here in the second quarter. Dover Sherborn tries to get, square this match. And Norwood's been kind of strong to the task on both. Got to be careful on that one, that ball there in the box.
Yeah, with the rule against heading now, I think very difficult for the player to figure out just quite how to handle that.
Exactly.
Nice ball from Tim Lee out there to Pawan. And again, back through into the middle, using Tim's speed once again. Ooh, a little shoulder charge. But won the kick in for Norwood.
Yeah, boy, Tim really you could just see him start to accelerate there as he was working on the Tim Zanarnik, number 14, the defender there, and he just kind of really actually accelerated, but Tim was able to kind of shield him off of that ball.
I had the pleasure of coaching Tim on a couple of youth teams, and he is an absolutely fearless soccer player. He will throw himself into the mix with abandon, so and his speed is definitely one of his strongest assets. So. And Dover Sherborn doing a nice job there of playing the ball out of the back and staying calm with the ball at their feet. Couldn't quite clear it, but still.
Looks like Micah probably did not want to put that ball. Obviously, there wasn't anyone out there on the wing. Maybe wishes he had that one back, but again, you've got the couple substitutions here for the Mustangs and for Dover Sherborn. But again, this back line, as we saw last weekend here for the Norwood defense, continues to be, very strong.
Yeah, definitely. I think as we saw last weekend, there's some real speed on this back line, and I think even when Dover Sherborn is able to get the ball, over and to a man, Norwood's largely been able to track back and get back on that ball pretty quickly. So
it is kind of interesting. I was just kind of watching some of the Dover Sherborn forwards. They're kind of leaning forward, waiting for that spring. Number 4, Tyler Wang, was kind of, and here he comes through again. Just not, again, that's a strong defense right there by Pat Kelly. But, they're looking to just, spring these guys. And they work that far side of the field. There's, again, number 4 right there, Tyler.
Oh, you can see that nice ball through. Saw number 22 there for DS, pointing that way, calling for the ball. He saw the space, or maybe it was 21, I guess, I'm sorry, but they couldn't quite put the right weight on it for him to run up onto. But Camila Piccolo looking to carry that ball out. It's
shove me and shove you back.
Exactly. I think that's Julian King he was battling with.
So we are about 6 minutes in, 11:24 left here in the second quarter. Mustangs still on top, 1-0. Couple chances for DS, one towards the tail end of the first quarter and one here early on, but Norwood strong defensively. Kind of nice little look there, but Norwood defense able to snuff that one out.
And a nice little ball.
Oh, that's a
from
great
Issa
touch.
Out wide to
Isn't that nice to
Pawan
watch
again.
that kind of stuff?
I think Pawan probably could have taken a couple more. He had so much space, but
Yeah.
he saw what he was trying to spring his teammate forward, but maybe just one or two more touches before he settled in for that. But again, you see head up, looking. He sees what's available to him, and he's taking advantage of it. So.
Dover Sherborn's able to kind of alleviate some of this pressure that Issa was generating there. Tries to put it back into the box. I think he was kind of hoping that Pino was going to jump in to
run,
yeah.
And I think Pino was expecting maybe the ball just coming back out wide again.
Right,
but
right.
Again, these, like we said, like they're playing off one another, and they'll get better at realizing what the expectation is. Nice job there by Rafael De Silva. Win back possession of that ball. They're really dangerous around the top of the box. So.
Yeah, and then Tim Lee then had to roll back on his foot and was kind of looking maybe for Rafael to continue the run back into the box and just poked it wide. So it looks like Alex is going to kind of slow things down, get things set up for the Raiders as he looks to put this ball in play off of the goal kick. Nice defensively right there.
To Tim Lee again,
Yep.
dropping it out for Rafael. Got his head up and looking.
Yep.
It's Cam at the top of the box. Like that touchback, but again, just good team soccer. Heads up, looking for where the open man is or when the shot opportunity. Good job by Patrick to be right where he needed to be for that one. And up to Issa. A little too much on that.
Nice
touch
little
pass,
step
but
there too by number 15. Trying to get him Griffin Sip step to that ball nicely.
There's Pat Kelly
Yeah.
coming into play from his defensive position.
Nice ball in there by him too. Certainly got some numbers, and now
Now they just need to be aware of the fact that the center of their defense is now playing midfield.
Yeah,
So just
yeah.
hopefully someone step back and fill in that position. So
it's funny. You could just kind of watch him. He was watching the ball, and then slowly started to work his way back to his defensive position. Now he kind of finds himself back where he can kind of anchor that line. But you were right. You have to be careful that you don't get yourself you get your kind of self offensive minded, and you get yourself stuck out of position. I think he's got his arm up. He's looking to see if he can get himself subbed out of here.
Yeah, he looks like he's limping a little bit,
there was
yeah.
a little bit of contact towards the middle of the field, and I think he's going to look to see if he can't give himself a quick little breather.
yeah, I would credit Cam Piccolo there when Patrick Kelly went up and joined the offense. Cam Piccolo from his midfield position definitely dropped back to sort of cover that defensive responsibility, and Cam has now won the free kick. I think Dover was called for maybe elbowing, and in the new rules it seems like you're only allowed to make body contact if you are actually intending to make foot to ball contact, no hand checking
Yeah.
and the like. And I think that's what Dover. I think it was a play that probably would have gone uncalled last year, and got whistled right now. So.
Well, Pat Kelly took the quick little knee there on the field, and he's been subbed off. You can see him kind of on the far side there. He's got some sort of limp there and so he's probably trying to walk off that whatever knee to thigh type thing, and especially on a cold day, is going to sting a little bit more than it might otherwise on a nice toasty August day. So we'll keep an eye on that as Connor Curran works defensively to kind of like alleviate some of that pressure. We're coming up under 7 minutes left here in your second quarter.
And I think Connor came in for
Yep.
Patrick, so he immediately got to play the Patrick role on that ball.
So he'll be anchoring that middle section now, and we'll see if DS can try to maybe see what is there towards the middle of the field.
Oh boy.
Try
This
to
is
work
dangerous.
themselves through, and they're able to bury it. Just like that, we were, talking about, you got someone who's got to come in kind of maybe a little fresh, and that ball just, found itself working its way towards the middle of the field. And looks like that was number 4, Tyler Wang, just absolutely put it in the back of the net there for the Raiders. And with 6.5 minutes left, the Raiders were able to tie this one up 1-1.
Yeah, and I think just Norwood got a foot on it a couple times, but just couldn't quite stop the forward momentum of DS there, and they buried it in the back.
Yep. So, kind of as we watched DS after the Norwood goal assert some sort of immediate response, let's see if the Mustangs can do the same here. Quickly already back in the DS zone.
Pressuring pretty hard there.
They were able to take that kick in here.
No, once again, got to wait for the ref to say, okay. Oh, I guess looking for a substitution there.
Yeah, sub on the far side of the field there.
So coming in for Pawan. Tamang is that Pino again?
I would like him to turn his back to us so we can see the larger number on the jersey.
That would be very helpful.
Alex will let that one play all the way through. Throws that ball in towards the middle of the field. There's a quick little step there. Oh, you can see that LaPiccolo was looking really to try to intercept that ball.
Nice turn there.
That's a great job. Yeah, be able to keep that also
really
ball still in
great
play.
Defense.
Yeah.
So I think it was actually number 14, Dan Silva, who just checked in and is battling
the ball right there.
Midfield.
Oh, it's a nice little step there by that number 31 again.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Tom Casey, yeah. Didn't panic with the ball, held onto it, and was able to get it, back outside and maintain possession. Step in there again.
He's very active.
Yeah.
Now there's a ball over the top. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get on that before it gets to the keeper, and in fact, he scoops it up.
So 4 minutes, 30 seconds left till halftime. 1-1 is your score. As Tim Lee got the first one for the Mustangs in the first quarter, and Tyler Wang knotted it up just recently for DS. Trying to look for some help there.
King trees. Saved it, but unfortunately, right to Micah Papadopoulos.
Yeah, maybe on a play like that, because that ball was clearly heading out of bounds, and then maybe if Micah lets that ball roll, it's now Norwood possession, but unfortunately out of bounds, and so that it comes back the DS way, as they will subs out here too.
So we get Sam Dos Santos coming back in, and Chance Cook, I believe, is over the ball right now.
It's a nice little place there, looking to put that ball right into an area.
That was a nice job.
So Tim picks up the foul there as Jacob Pion was on his back a little bit. So the Mustangs will get the kick here. LaPiccolo's going to play it straight back.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look
nice
at that little
there.
flick. That's a great little flick.
That was Issa again, I believe. Yep.
And I think it looked like he was on his left foot. He was just if wasn't able to kind of bury it there on that side, but that was a great little flick with the foot to get past the defender. Oh, and you can see right there too. It's like you really wanted to kind of get that ball into play quickly, and So Pino gets the foul there, where you kind of get wrapped up with the DS player Griffin Sipp. So Sipp will take this for the Raiders.
So I think indirect kicks from, or I don't know if that was a direct. I didn't see that. Apparently those can come off the ground from back there. The foul, like restarting from a foul, but
nice ball through.
Again, Dan Silva touching back over there to Issa.
Yep, looking to get Tim in there again. Just trying to.
Oh, like you said.
Yep.
So I think that's
and he's right there. Oh.
Yeah, Rafael De Silva did a good job of I think backing off from his defender and finding that open space, and then the ball just over the top allowed him to get that.
Yeah, there was kind of like just a little bit of confusion. It is sometimes one of those that the ball is at people's feet, and they're just kind of I'll use the word messing with it, but sometimes it'll roll in the right direction to you, and you just find yourself in the right spot at the right time. But they weren't able to finish that, so we are now under 2 minutes here in the second quarter.
And it looks like Connor Long has just come in for DS, subbing out Julian King.
We haven't seen Pat Kelly come back in. I'm trying to see if he's still over there on the sideline.
I think that might be him seated.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see what halftime brings and see if he's back here for third quarter action. But the Mustangs continue defensively. Once again, the DS player was trying to pick the ball up to take it towards the sideline for the throw, and quickly reminded that you need to move this stuff with your feet, not your hands. There have been a couple times I have noticed that you've got the white line, especially as we're closer here on this side of the press box. There's a white line that runs part of the box. That's a nice ball through there.
It was.
And sometimes I've seen the ball thrown in off the blue line and the white line, because you've got so many on out here.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't know which one quite to put it on.
Exactly. There's a good ball over the top. If Tim could just get on. Oh, all right. Well done there by, is that number 30 for DS, Jacob Pion, who did a good job of settling that ball, and then with Tim on his back, clearing it back out. Over there to Dan Silva. Da Silva, sorry.
Yeah, just offsides there.
Dan Silva,
But,
yeah.
Again, kind of a nice look for those guys. Dover's able to just pull them off. So coming back this way, down to probably about our final minute here, as DS will probably get one more shot at it as we head into the waning moments of the second quarter. 1-1 is your score. And that will do it there for the second quarter as we head to halftime now, as Tyler Wang for the Raiders is able to tie this game up 1-1. So we are through 2 quarters of play, and once again, your score here from Norwood, 1-1, and we will be back with second half action right after this.
We've been missing a lot lately. Hugs, smiles, lip reading. So let's not miss this. A big part of what makes us human is our willingness to give up some of our own comfort to help out a neighbor. Norwood has 30,000 reasons to mask up, but the only one you'll need is probably right next to you. Mask up, Norwood.
And back here for second half action as the Mustangs knotted at 1 against the Raiders of DS. And we do have a goalie change for Dover Sherborn. Looks like he might be tested early, but we're trying to get his number. We're not sure if
It's not Jonathan Window, because he's out there on the field right now, up top for DS. So we thought it was 7. It's not.
Probably maybe it's 27, Julia King. So we'll have to, by process of elimination at some juncture.
No, it's 3.
Oh, it's 3.
It's 3.
Excellent.
Yep, 3.
John Bingham.
John Bingham.
All right, so John Bingham is your goalie here for the second half for the Raiders. It would have just been process of elimination anyway. If we just continue to call out names and numbers, we were going to get one of them. But early on here, the Mustangs were able to win the corner.
But again, corner kicks cannot travel through the air.
Right. So, but at least, again, on something like this, now it can. But you get more of that cushion versus the throw-in.
Right.
So you maybe have a better shot at a set play. We also did note that
There's your buddy Casey playing some solid D back there.
Yep. He's been good, solid, strong player. There he is
again. Dispossessing Rafael Da Silva quite easily. Oh, and a nice ball over the top, and he was on.
Yep.
See if Giacomo Serratori can get there. Zach Green came in.
I think he should be able to knock that.
Oh, well done by
Yep.
Connor Kerner. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Oh, great little play there. I wasn't quite sure if what Connor was going to do there, if he was going to try to just at least blast it off to the side, but had the wherewithal to kind of stop the ball and able to alleviate that, and here comes Norwood right back after a great play like that. That was
good job by
huge.
Dan Silva there, and then a nice touch by
body
wow.
contact there by
Which seemed
my boy.
completely legitimate
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But I get it. I mean, they're calling these tight. I thought Casey was going for the ball.
Yep.
But I guess the ref didn't see it the same way.
We had noticed that we talked about Patrick Kelly there, number 8, the defender there for Norwood, who kind of went out with that little injury towards the tail end of the second quarter. Still finds himself on the sidelines. Eric, you had noted that it looks like his cleats are off, so he may be done for the day.
Yeah, I think
Hopefully.
that's what it looked like. I think he's still seated on the track now. So and there's a good battle between Rafael Da Silva and Casey. Good help defense there for number 35. Chance Cook came back and kind of broke up that a little bit.
Took a nice angle there. Chance did, and was able to support his teammate there.
Go flick on. Nice try. Good idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea. It's kind of tough to knock that ball, to put a foot on it while it's still in the air. But Lee was up to the task. Just obviously sailed on him there.
But yeah, interesting that Pat Kelly's still out, and it was his replacement there, Connor Curran, who had the heads up play to stop that ball that otherwise was a certain goal.
So Norwood working it here.
Nice
Good
turn
little
there.
turn there again, yeah.
Way to find the ball through to our good friend Jonathan Windle, who.
At first we thought he might be heading into goal, and we thought that was going to be an interesting call by the coach, but that's why she left him out there in his position up top.
Handled well there by Zachary, both at his feet and now settled there and went to just short of the half field line, which is good.
It was nice too. When Zach just kind of at least slowed it down, allowed the teammates to kind of get back into position.
Another good job there by Chance Cook to angle that ball off and keep Tim Lee from
he
getting
was able
free.
to play it off of Tim. So
Yeah.
not only does he dispossess him of the ball, actually then they actually gained possession because he was able to play it off of him.
Oh, and that way to find the space there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah, so that was again Windle with the arm trying to push off the Mustang player, and ref from down here on this near side was able to see that.
Yeah, I mean Windle basically trying to play soccer the way he's played soccer for his entire career, and now
penalized for doing so.
Yeah. Again, it's a rule change, and it's one that the refs, they're doing it for the safety of the boys, but yeah, just difficult I think for the kids to adjust how they play.
Yeah, and I think in the couple games that we've called, and the couple games that we've seen, it's been called fairly consistently. So
Agreed.
It's
Agreed.
It's not like they're missing it a lot, and it's now part of it, at least hopefully not forever, but it's certainly part of the game right now, at least for this year, that the kids are learning to adjust to, and the refs are learning to adjust to.
Yeah. Well, you just right there, Tom Casey, he's on Pawan's back, and normally he'd probably have a hand on his lower back just to, not necessarily to hold Pawan or anything, but just it helps you know where they're going. And instead he had his hands up as though he was trying to claim he'd done nothing wrong. And I think it was just to remind himself not to put his hands on the player and award a free kick right there in his own box. So
Curran tries to get the ball back in, but Chance is able to knock it out there defensively for DS.
there's Connor Long dancing along the sideline, winning the kick in.
11 minutes left here in the third quarter. Still 1-1 early on. Fairly even back and forth. It's been actually, kind of the matches that we've seen thus far for both, for all squads. The girls and boys, both JV and varsity, have been, nice, even matches through all 4 quarters back and forth, and they've all worked very well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think they've definitely been even and good matches and fun to watch and certainly fun to call. So good movement through the middle of the field there now.
That was a nice little hop. He was just trying to,
Yep.
De Silva was just trying to pop over him.
Almost made it. Oh, that was a good run there by Jonathan Windle. Oh, a nice job by Zachary to come out and cut that off.
Yeah, Windle's been close a couple times.
Really
He
has.
obviously had that breakaway early on, and just like you said, probably heard footsteps behind and shot just wide. Smart play there to put that one back. There was nothing there, so he worked to the far side of the field. Some good possession here, settling the ball down.
Oh, the way to nice step there by Dos Santos.
Yeah, he could see that ball coming across the way.
Oh, there we go.
Tried it again. And there it is through.
So a little bit of ping pong right now. No one really being able to control, but good back and forth. I think it's out for a DS kick in.
Start play here as they'll start to work back. Give and go there.
And once again, on everybody's favorite side of the field, apparently. I feel like once again, we've had a great deal of the play right in front of us here in the press box. Another good ball, and that's some real speed there. And here's Jonathan Mindel going.
Oh, strong again.
Oh,
they got him for the offsides.
I really did not. My angle was off, I suppose, but they looked like they were on when the ball was struck.
It certainly did. Boy, they had two out there, and Grant Wires, number 8 on the far side, had kind of set that whole thing up for DS. And they had Windle coming through, and I didn't see it either, but obviously they've got the better angle, and given the fact that it was against DS, it was the right call.
Connor Long there just to work against Kang.
He's got Windle right there, and he's not going to miss that one.
No,
no,
that was well done. And credit to Connor Long there, who just worked really hard against Kang Win on the side and kept that alive for DS. So.
Yeah, it was a great turn on his part, on Connor's part, to start that, and then once you got Windle right where he was not going to miss that. There's certainly nothing that Zach's going to do on that one. But
unless he could suddenly grow another 3 feet. That's right. Become Elastic Man. But he was cut him dead to rights. So substitution there. Connor Curran out and Ty Barrett in at his place. So again, let's see if maybe Norwood can bring the pressure now. If DS is feeling a little satisfied, and maybe Norwood can get that goal back.
Right. They got to, you got plenty of time. We're just here about 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And as mentioned, Windle puts the Raiders up 2-1 with his first goal today. So see what sort of pressure the Mustangs can now exert here over the Raiders.
Yeah, the wind certainly sounds like it's picking up
like
here. And see if that does anything to impact the play at all.
Or if nothing else, hopefully it doesn't do anything to our cameraman up on the top of the box.
Yeah, did we tie him down properly? Right. Someone go up and put some bricks in his
That's
pockets.
Right. Looking that far side, stepped in nicely.
Looking to spring. Who is that up there on 13 there? Pino again. Oh, another big ball.
Yeah, but they got him there. Again on the elbow is Alex Banerjee was battling on that far side and tried to get the inside position on the Norwood defender and just kind of got his arm into him, and the ref called it right there. So
I always love it when the
coming
keeper
back this way.
comes into the game positionally and plays striker. I think there's a nice balance to that, right? You spend the first half of the game trying to keep the ball out of the net, and the second half trying desperately to put it in.
Right, exactly. Like you've got all this extra energy.
Oh, Ty Barrett looking to trouble him.
That's a nice little move there. Wow.
That was some good.
Yep. That is Windle has been very strong, here most of the day, and you can just see his confidence is starting to grow here as he's continuing now to put that pressure. And with Banerjee, like you said, he's got some size too, and he's certainly got some speed. So you got to kind of keep an eye on that. But Banerjee and Windle working up top.
Windle did a nice
really
job.
Really starting to pick it up here. So the defense has got to step up strong. And like you said, it looks like you've got Tyler there matched up on him. So he's going to have to kind of keep an eye on that speed and not lose sight of him. And again, there comes Windle in again.
Yeah, Windle's really, I think, he got a taste of goal glory. Now he wants a little bit more of that, right?
So we'll keep an eye. You can see right here, at least early on, that the DS was putting on some good, solid pressure. Alleviated now, at least for the time being.
That was settled really nicely there
Tim
by
Lee there
by
through.
Issa. Oh, good job by the keeper
Nice
to come out and
job
challenge
there.
that. Yeah.
King came out, but yeah, but from a keeper standpoint, that's got to be a little somewhat disconcerting. If you got someone like Lee coming at you at full speed, and you're trying to keep an eye on that ball, and you've got one eye on the ball, probably one eye on the man coming at you. Yeah, King was strong to that to be able to kind of corral that, take that opportunity away from Lee.
It was definitely a challenging play for the keeper.
Yep. So Norwood trying to mount a little bit of offense here.
Raphael, Tim Lee
Trying to split it here. He's got some guys on the outside.
And again, well defended by DS. Can't quite take possession of it, but they snuffed out the attack.
We're trying to settle the ball down here, but boy stepped in there quite nicely by Windle. Windle trying to get the goalie.
Wow.
Energy.
Alex has got some speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope. Oh, nicely played there by Zach.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, exactly. Calm, cool, and collected. Maybe a little more casual than you might want, but that's all right.
I did look at him on the side. And again, it's kind of difficult when you're on this side of the box. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
too bad on that side. But you're on this side of the field, and it's kind of hard to exactly tell where the out of bounds line is on the far side. And Zach is kind of drifting over there, and he's got Banerjee bearing down on him, and just like you said, a little casually flicking the ball, but knew what he was doing, I guess. So 3 minutes and 30 seconds basically left here in the third quarter. DS still holding on now to a 2-1 lead over the Mustangs. So we'll see what the Mustangs
give away
do.
there in midfield. See if the Mustangs can make anything of this. Rafael De Silva going up against. Is that Tim? I saw his number earlier.
14.
Zarinic. Timmy Zarinic. Out there, knocking the ball out of danger, giving up the kick in. But again, since the ball has to stay on the ground, it's not great to give one up in your own end, but also maybe not quite as dangerous as a throw in, because there are boys on this team who could probably throw the ball close to the box.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get the ball on the ground through traffic into the box.
Yeah. And again, nice job right there. See, again, that's kind of a nice strip, and you get to see the corner out of that. But as LaPiccolo puts that ball into an area, as De Silva runs, makes that run, because then you can, hopefully, you've got some guys in front of the keeper, and you can you can put that ball up in the air. So we're just about 2 minutes left here in the third.
See if Norwood can find pay dirt from this corner kick.
Take that initial set in, back heel it over.
So Timmy Zarinic doing a good job defending down here. There's a good ball in.
Ball. Yep.
But tough to play with. You can't head that ball. So from Norwood, you definitely give the goalie a more of an advantage than he already has. He's the only player in there who can use his hands, and he's also the only one who can actually get to the ball that high up. So
there by Jarl Elman,
Julian
number
King
11.
looking through the ball through. Nicely done. And Zach Green's going to come out and scoop that up. Snuff that out. Now let's see if he can find a Norwood player and they can build out of the back.
That was a great run there by number 11. As I said, Jarl Elman. He started, essentially down in his own side and all the way through. And actually was able, and Zach had come out and play that ball, but that was a nice run by that young man there.
So DS is giving their goal scorer Jonathan Windle a breather along with Julian King, and I think coming in to replace Griffin Sipp, I believe, came off the bench, and then maybe Tyler Wang, the other DS goal scorer.
Nice little turn there. That was
a little sideline dance there by Garrett Webb. Trying to spring Issa there. Couldn't quite. So well done by DS there to sniff that out.
Defensive there, you could see Pawan trying to put his arms up as the man went down.
Yep.
No foul, so Mustangs ball here on the near side.
Get that quick kick started here, and
Oh, great
nice
idea
little
right
touch.
through there. Yeah, boy, that was.
Oh, Tim just didn't go ahead with that.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
was unfortunate because you had
Yeah, I had
Pino
him.
right there, and
Yep.
if that had gone, slightly forward as opposed to laterally there, we would have had Pino through. Ball up in the air, but that looks like that is going to be it for the third quarter. Yeah, you're looking down here to the right to see what's going on, but so that brings the end of the third quarter here up at Murray Field, as Wendell is able to give the Raiders a lead here. And so after 3 quarters of play, your score, DS 2 and the Mustangs 1. We will be right back.
Norwood Community Media is your home for all things Norwood. NCM delivers your local news, original programs, and information across multiple platforms. From the comfort of your living room or out on the road, stay connected to Norwood and watch NCM live from wherever, whenever.
And back here for final quarter action between the Raiders of Dover Sherborn and your Norwood Mustangs. Mark Hoover again with Eric Bodenhofer bringing you the action today live from the high school as part of MCM's coverage. As a ref here, make sure everyone's on the field, giving counters. And we are ready.
Yeah, and good to see. It looks like Pat Kelly is back out on the field for Norwood, back there on the back line. So whatever happened to his ankle, it seems like he's worked out, or if it was even his ankle, but it seems like he's worked out the kinks and is back ready to play. And there he is with the booming kick downfield. So
yeah. Although he's taken the headband off because we were able to, he's been wearing that at least last week. I think it was like the green one we had. We could able to tell who's who, and so
maybe he had to take the headband off and wrap it around his ankle in order to come back in. He's currently operating with a tourniquet around his lower leg.
Right.
Really taking one for the team.
What a team player. So Norwood finds itself down just 1 goal here. So no need to certainly panic at this juncture.
No, and certainly Norwood has had a fair number of chances. So I think there's not much they really need to change about the way they're playing. I think they can certainly, without making any major modifications, get back into this into a tie very very easily.
So down there, and again, we've been calling that Tom Casey, number 31, the defender there for Dover Sherborn, is able to knock that ball out of play, stop any sort of at least initial forward momentum here by the Mustangs early in the fourth quarter. But yeah, this would be nice if they could get themselves off to a good start, and there was a great little shot there by the Mustangs.
And a nice release there by the goalie to see Tyler Wong making the run out of his own back end. Oh, a nice job by Micah Papadopoulos there to break that up, because Tyler did have a head of steam. So,
and it was, and I thought he did just Micah did a great job of just casually, calmly stopped any sort of forward momentum. Quick little turnover there, and Mustangs aren't able to capitalize. Kelly on the back, hopping into the offense, continuing on the far side. Yeah, whatever was bothering him earlier on looks to be not too bad.
Yep. Yeah, I got to say, this Dover Sherborn team's got some really strong defenders in the back as well, like Thomas Casey, and I think we've seen some good stuff from Timmy Serinic and Chance Cook, and all the more impressive, I guess, considering that this is their second JV team.
Right.
So I've got to imagine their varsity squad is a pretty deep and strong squad with this kind of depth in their JV program.
Yeah, I was speaking with their athletic department earlier this week in terms of getting ready for the game this weekend, and they have kind of divided their JVs up, as you said, a JV1 and a JV2, and are basically kind of splitting the season then between the two squads. So half of their JV games will be played by JV1, and then obviously the other half are played by JV2, because not a lot of schools, if any, have 2 JV teams. So obviously Dover Sherborn's got quite a soccer program that they are able to field the 2 JV teams, because we don't see at least up at this level here, there are no freshman teams. So maybe Dover Sherborn in other years would have a freshman JV and a varsity squad, but going forward, they're just, at least for this year, going to be running with the 2 JV teams.
Yeah, interestingly enough, they've got 2 cross-country squads, too, actually. They've got they're dividing up their meets this season as well. Matt Curran, the Norwood boys cross-country coach, was telling me that earlier today. So it's some real depth in their fall programs, it seems like, at DS.
Sip just offsides there for the Raiders, and the Mustangs will have it coming back here the other way. 13:20 left in the final frame.
I was curious if any of the additional depth in the DS programs is a reflection of the fact that, football is not being played this fall. I don't know, how many football players are necessarily going to want to be cross-country runners, but maybe some of the younger high school football athletes might still be interested in soccer, so it could be that there's some football players out there. I know actually Matt Curran's son, Connor, who is a defender here for the Norwood JV, Matt was telling me that Connor's normally a football player, but his father said, you got to do something this fall. And I'm like, well, even though you're a track and cross-country coach, Dad, I'm not having anything to do with that. So I'll play a real sport, Dad.
Well, again, a lot of these guys, it's a way to continue to get yourself, out, and continue to keep yourself in shape, get yourself ready for whatever whatever might be your primary season. And given, a lot of the restrictions that are being placed on all of us, but also obviously, especially these kids, the chance to get out and to go to a practice, to come to a game, to be up here on the field, outside, I think you find a lot of, kids that might not have otherwise done cross country or done, soccer, coming out to at least, get themselves active.
Yeah.
And I think that, it benefits them certainly in the long run.
Absolutely. I mean, the benefit, obviously, the physical fitness aspect of it, but just the mental fitness, right? Just to not be constantly at your computer, or I think is great. And to your point, get to see your friends in a more normalized context, and and also just the fact. I mean, here in Norwood, I don't know what they're doing in Dover Sherborn, but we've got the different cohorts, right? So there are kids in the high school who, their good friends are in school Monday and Tuesday, and then they're in school Thursday and Friday,
right.
and near the tweens you'll meet, and so I think a nice opportunity maybe to see some kids in the other cohort.
Right. Yep. So let's see what the Mustangs here can mount as we get to 11 minutes left in the final quarter.
Neither team has really been able to threaten strongly thus far.
Right. There seems to be a lot of back and forth here towards the middle of the pitch, and then if things do kind of roll back into your zone, I think the Mustangs have been able to maintain control just as much as Dover Sherborn has when it comes into their zone. So.
Yeah, I think each side, they're managing to have possession through the midfield, and then just can't quite break through that last line.
Good little turn there by Jacob Peon for Dover
Micah with a
Sherborn.
nice ball over the top.
Fortunately, nobody.
So win that kick in. See if they can do anything with that.
Well, it's interesting because if it looks like they put Jonathan Windle, the goal scorer there, number 7, back. He's now kind of monitoring the middle portion there of that defense.
Yeah. So using his speed, I think, to protect their lead.
Exactly. So she's changed head coach there for the JV. As she's changed up a little bit, put him back there on that back line.
And I think Norwood's pretty much got their starting lineup back out on the field right now.
So DS does a sub out here. We've got a new player in. We'll try to get his number and name out to you. Good little step there. We're trying to settle this ball down here. Yeah, kind of a quick little turnover.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's one of those, like you said, you use that term, and I like it, kind of ping pong. Neither one is really able to kind of gain something. And as soon as I say that,
oh boy, there's some.
Off runs number 11, Yara Elman.
Oh, all right, pushing the back.
Got to push there, but boy, he picked that ball up here about the 35-yard line on his side, and just split right down the middle.
Yeah, some real speed with the ball on his feet. That's not something, I think we talked about that last week. A lot of times with the JV level, a kid gets a ball on his foot and he slows down because he's kind of thinking about it.
Right.
I think Yair there actually accelerated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and took the Norwood defense a little bit by surprise.
And again, maybe, here for the DS, it's kind of nice. You move Wendell back to that back line, and yet you don't really miss, a beat with some of the speed as you said, Elman was able to kind of show you that he's got that as well.
Absolutely. So I like, watching Norwood, you can see they're really trying to build, to layer pass after pass and get it going. And you can see they're seeing what the options are. They're just not quite able to connect. And I think if one of these goes through, they'll be able to really start putting some pressure on that DS keeper.
So Connor Long comes back on for the Raiders here on this near side. Called his name and number a couple times today. They've got him playing up high now.
Yeah, he definitely, watching him defend, he's got some speed, and I think he's got some good soccer sense. So.
Yep, and we talk, again, some of the names that we've called out earlier, but there's Wendell there on the far side now, and is able to dispossess the Mustang attacker. Not only able to do that of displace him with the ball, but is able to kind of take possession off the kick in there, and then quickly turn back over for the Mustangs, trying to work their way through here. Nice little turn there. That's a great little play over there by Tim Lee. Made the turn, then played the ball off of the DS defender, so this will be the corner here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll be able to get the ball in the box and challenge that keeper to make the play.
Yep. Just under 7 minutes left. Ball through and defended nicely, turned over. Nice hold out there, Patrick Kelly. Yeah, you can see him stepping up. Oh, well done.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, that was a great play. Boy, is that smart.
Yeah. That feels a little bit like the I think the goal in the girls varsity game where just the perfectly placed ball. Like that,
yep.
The keeper was not going to get to that, and would Patrick be able to repeat that the next time in the same position? Maybe not, but just a good idea. Put the ball in the air on the net and make the keeper make a play, and it was just very well placed. Well done by Patrick.
Great job there. Boy, you could see him. He was kind of stepping up, and he's been doing it. That's kind of that's kind of how his game is. He's obviously a strong anchor right there in the middle of defense, but not afraid to get himself up into the offensive portion of the game. And with his speed and size, he's still able to come back and play his defensive position as well. Good, solid two-way player. And so Pat Kelly, with just about 5.5 minutes left, has tied this game 2-2. And, once again, now it's like, how does DS respond? And now, the Mustangs, now that they've tied it, have the chance to continue that pressure and maybe, pull out the win here.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I think, thus far, while I think the majority of play had been in the midfield, I think it had been tilting a little bit towards the DS.
Yep.
Oh, nice job there by Kamla Piccolo. Just a little poke check, and probably want that one back. Just didn't weight that ball quite right, but good idea to put it through and let his teammates run onto it. Definitely been calling Kamla Piccolo's name a lot. Doing a good job controlling the midfield. I think a little tangle up there with Jordan Santana and Connor Long. Ball going the other way, I think they called.
Now, it'd be interesting to see, too, if I'm DS, if I start to move, again, Wendell up, and maybe get him into the play. But, we see Alex Banerjee there, number 32, the goalie. We saw him towards the tail end of the third quarter really start to get into the offense, and he's back out there up top. But the Mustangs here trying to get this ball right back.
That out nicely.
Yep. But you
and there's
watch
Wendell again using
yep.
that speed, and Rafael Da Silva pressuring him, but Wendell was able to make that turn right out
that
to
was a great little
Casey,
play out there.
and he's
Yep.
carrying the ball up. You can see he was trying to spring. Alex couldn't quite get past Patrick, and Jordan Santana.
First to the ball there. Yeah, you want to try to stay on your feet there. You kind of Santana was challenging him and then kind of jumped. And you kind of take yourself out of position and out of play if you jump up in the air, and then the defender will just wait for you to go up in the air and then take off and play the ball. So
yep, especially a player with the soccer sense of this DS team. So.
Yeah.
But it's also it's a habit that's really
Sure.
hard to break for a lot of these kids.
Yep.
And at least he didn't turn his back on them. Oftentimes they'll jump in the air and turn around backwards, which completely undoes your usefulness. So, credit to Jordan for at least going head on.
All right, so we are just about 3.5 minutes left in this final frame. Knotted at 2. As Patrick Kelly is able to tie this game up here in the 4th frame. Let's see if the Mustangs
through
can
to
get here.
Tim. Nice way to find him way up top.
Tim looking to turn.
Working really hard on Tom Casey.
Yeah,
there.
that's a
Defending
matchup right
him well,
there.
yeah.
Yep, that's a matchup there of 2 good, strong soccer players, and you could see it was just evenly matched. It certainly could have gone either way, and Casey's able to kind of keep Lee out of the way.
So, Antonio Sens there on what was just called for the offsides, I believe. But it made the run up the wing there.
So Mustangs will see what they can generate here. As the clock starts to wind down. Don't want to wait too long. Settle this ball down here.
Oh, that was
It's a
a
dangerous
Oh,
play.
boy.
Dangerous play. You got to get back.
Oh, thank goodness, wow. Yeah.
Dangerous play.
Yep. That was just a little miscommunication, a little mishandling of the ball, and thankfully, I think Connor Long touched that ball just a little further ahead of himself than he would have liked, and couldn't quite turn the angle. And then Norwich did a good job of hustling back and making him, to take the shot under duress. So.
Yeah, but it's one of those you could see that it looked like they were trying to almost get too cute with the ball, and almost paid the price for that. But once again, I think we had a play earlier where they were kind of able to dodge it, and let's see, the Mustangs are able to dodge this second one here and maybe take advantage of it and work themselves back.
Oh boy, that's okay. Sorry, I did not see Giacomo there at first. Thought that he was going to have a clear run there.
So Mustangs trying to settle down this momentum here that the Raiders appear to be coming on late. Under 2 minutes left in the match. 2-2 is your score. Kind of a miscommunication there on the far side as the Mustangs turn the ball over. Diaz trying to get that ball into play quickly. Looks like we just need to get this ball outside here. And again, the defenders need to kind of talk. Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, you got to kind of talk to each other, know where your teammate is, and know what you're going to do with the ball. Mustangs
to Tim
control.
Tom Casey. Oh, there's
trying to send him through.
Fortunately, Tim, no one else on that front line has quite your speed. So I think
maybe Tim was like trying to knock it to himself, and he says,
Yeah.
"I'll run up underneath this." But King comes out and corrals it for the Raiders.
Yeah, there's Bingham actually back there in the net.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they changed it up. Yep.
Yep.
So there's a shot here for the Mustangs. They get themselves set. Can't
We
be
had a
much time
substitution.
left.
Jordan Santana just came off. I'm not entirely certain who came in for him. Yeah, I think we've actually seen the entirety, or almost all of the DS players out on the field. I feel like we've called most of their names, and I think a few Norwood Mustangs, unfortunately, haven't seen the field yet today. Maybe.
And that looks like that will do it down on the field. They do keep the final 2 minutes. So that is the end. Yep, that is the end of the match right there. So Pat Kelly, late in the fourth quarter, is able to tie this game up. And we wind up ourselves here a 2-2 score from up here at the high school. Eric, another solid match. I mean, again, I think this Dover Sherborn squad, a lot like Millis last week, they are good soccer programs. And again, we're seeing some good quality play from the Mustangs, both at the JV and at the varsity level. But a good solid match today.
No, I would agree, and I think as we saw last week, right, some good team soccer as well as has, some really good individual plays. Certainly Pat Kelly's goal, and I think just some of the stuff we saw with some of the kids with the ball on their feet. But otherwise, really a team, not a victory, I guess, but this tie goes to the fact that they played good team soccer.
Exactly. And sometimes, it's interesting, especially when there's a late goal, whether it be a hockey late goal or a late goal in soccer that ties a match. Sometimes you feel, if you're on the short end of that, you feel like, we had it, it was 2-1 and we were just about ready to close it out. And but the Mustangs are able to tie this one and come out of this with a beautiful day up here at the high school. Your final score from the high school: Norwood 2 and Dover Sherborn 2. For Mike O'Donnell, who bared the cold upstairs, we want to thank him for the camera work, and Megan Corbett here, who did fantastic work, because she comes in today. We got our truck all set to go, and something apparently wasn't working with the truck. So Megan is able to gather up all of her computer stuff, bring it up here into the press box, and bring you this live action. We hope you're able to enjoy it today, whether it be here in Norwood or out at Dover Sherborn. Once again, your final score from this JV game: Norwood 2, Dover Sherborn 2. Stay tuned. We will be bringing you the varsity action later on this morning.